I came prepared this time. I'm full and ready to go. Not only is this full, but this, look at, isn't this the cutest mug you've ever seen in your entire life? Okay, maybe not your entire life, but today. Just gonna hang out here and sip on my coffee. I think we need to get a new coffee machine because ours is blowing up, so to speak. And see if anybody will come in here and talk to me. The title is gonna turn people off and they're gonna click away and they're gonna go away and find some happier subjects. But I don't care if I only get 1 or 5 people in here if it makes a difference. Because I just did my Instagram on this. Hi, Cheryl. Good afternoon, my friend. This is exactly my Instagram, and I probably could have just transferred my Instagram over here. Good afternoon, Roberta, with her little sweet purple heart. But I feel like talking, so I'm coming over here to talk. Because I mean business, kids. Cheryl, Roberta, you guys have your water? The 8 of you who are here, do you have your water? Look what I have in my hot little hands. I'm going to see if I can get at least 20 people in here, and then I'm going to give you what's on my mind. If you already saw it on my Instagram, stick around anyways. I have my tickets for Thursday. For what? Puerto Rico. Your heart's devotion. Let it sink back in the ocean. I'm going by myself. Good job, Cheryl. Steve has to work late. He wants to see it. Lord knows I'm going to want to see it several times because I'm going to give it a chance. I hope all you other West Side Story lovers will at least give it a chance before giving it the big kibosh. Hi, Susan. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary to you. I hope your husband remembered, because mine didn't. Hi, honey. Good evening, good evening. All right, let's see. What else? Anything I want to touch on before I get into my subject? I don't have anything Weight Watchers to report. Been on my program. I'm going to try not to say, I had to watch my last video for a monetization purpose, and I say a lot. You guys are allowed to call me out on it if you want. I was up. Okay, but you went to the meeting, Roberta, and right there, that gives you a check, lady. That's great that you went to the meeting. That's fabulous. What was the subject? I'm curious to know. I never keep up on the subjects when I don't attend the meetings. When I start attending them again, I will go. All right, I haven't put on a little lipstick. Thank you, Roberta. 13 years, it's the longest I've ever had a relationship. But that probably doesn't surprise you guys, huh? It's cold, but I'm not gonna close the windows because I need the fresh air, and I need a reason to wear this scarf. Scarf is special to me. We're gonna start talking about what I need to talk about right now. And while it's a sad subject, it's a subject that needs to be heard. And I really need you guys to listen to me and realize that it's part of life. And we can't just ignore it. We can't just sweep it under the rug. Well, in my case, there's lots of stuff swept under my rug. But hang out and just, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to agree, disagree. It could be a moot point to you. I don't care, but please listen. I have been saying since the middle of the pandemic, I've been saying it here when it came on, I've been saying it to my friends, that this pandemic has affected us, I would say 85% of us, more than we are aware of, that we give it credit for, and that we need to pay attention to that. What I'm asking you guys is if you, I did this so much better on my Instagram. Hi, Kat. Hi, honey. We need to talk later because I need things from you regarding Las Vegas. I'm having trouble finding a place to stay that isn't $5,000. But you live there, so you probably don't even know. Steve told me to call you, and I'm like, she lives there. Why would she know how much the hotels are? She doesn't need to get a hotel room. All right, I'm going to stick with my subject now. If you see someone or you know someone super well, you know them so well inside and out, or maybe you don't know them at all. Maybe they just work in the mailroom at your office building, or maybe it's the spouse of someone you know well, but you're not so close with the spouse. I don't care who it is. If it's anybody, and you have it in your heart and you have it in your personality, I totally understand that you have to have a certain personality to approach people, to be able to talk to people, to know what to say or try to know what to say. If they look like they're having a tough time, scope out the situation for starters. Keep an eye on them as much as you can and ask them if there's anything you can do to help. Or just say, hey, just start it with, hey, how you doing? You don't have to go, come here, sit down in this chair. I need to talk to you about your mental health and see if we need to get you to a psychiatrist because I'm scared for you because you're depressed and you've been depressed since the pandemic and, oh, so many people are depressed from the time. What I'm trying to say is I would leave it to you and how you would handle it. But I'm asking with all my heart and soul that you guys would be aware of the people around you, whether they're your people or not. They don't have to be your people. They could be related to your people. They could be around your people. I had a friend growing up, and his name was Bill. And Bill, I wasn't going to say his name. Why did I say his name? Shit. Well, there's a lot of Bills, right? My first husband's name was Bill. In early high school, we met, we dated for a little bit, and then we realized we were better friends because we were both really headstrong. We became really, really good friends. He came to live with me off and on, platonically. You know, I'd sleep on the couch because he needed somewhere to go because he was a bachelor and he was out having fun, so he couldn't spend money on rent. He blew his head off yesterday, okay? He killed himself yesterday. This is a man I'm talking about that was loved by many, many, many people. He gave this to me many, many years ago. I forgot I even had it. And when I got that phone call last night, I remembered that I had this, and I put it on this morning. No, I put it on last night, and I've had it on all morning. A couple people in all the talks on Facebook and whatnot have said that he seemed down, but oh, you know, he was him. Nobody was like worried or whatnot. And now he's gone, and none of us get to see him ever again. We never get to see this fabulously good-looking, egotistical, funny, a talented musician who I loved with all my heart again. And I think from what I hear, from what I gather from the people who were still in touch with him, if one of them, and if I was still around, he moved out of our town that we grew up in. I'm still kind of near it. He's further. I think if one person would have said, hey, let's go grab a cup of coffee, let's go grab a beer, let's go grab something, he'd still be here. It's my understanding that he called somebody yesterday, and that somebody like we all do, said, hey, I'm doing something. Can I get back to you in 10 to 20? We all do it. It's life. They called him back in that 10 to 20, and there is no answer because he was gone. Who knows what would have happened if he was able to take that call? So I'm not here for sympathy, and I am not here for, oh, we're so sorry, Anita, even though I know that you are, so you don't have to say it. I know all you guys. I know what's in your heart, and I thank you for that. What I'm here is to ask you to be aware of the people around you, because this thing is no joke. It's no joke, and it's not over. It's no joke. and it's not over. Be aware, you guys. Please be aware. And you know what? If you catch on to something or someone who's having some trouble, and you're able to help, even in the minutest way, they will be so grateful for you. They're grateful for you already because they know you, and they're lucky to know you. I just think there needs to be more awareness of those around us and what they may be going through. Because, you know, it's kind of not funny. We could say, like you guys that know me would say, we wouldn't be surprised if Nita harmed herself. I would never harm myself. In other words, you guys know that I'm a depressant, so if something happened to me because of my mental health, you guys likely would not be surprised. I think that's a fair statement. Because I put my depression out there, which I'm good now. I'm not depressed. I'm sad. There's difference. So I'm good. My state of mind, I'm okay, you guys. But I got to get this word out there. Please be aware of the people around you. Because that 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 might make or save a life. I know I sound like I'm on my soapbox or something. You know what? I don't care. Because if it saves anybody, if my getting on here and saying this makes anybody more aware, it's worth it. I'll sit here and talk for 24 hours and bore the hell out of everybody if I have to. It's really cute. I have a couple anecdotes that I want to tell you. They were in a rockers. You know, I was always with the rockers. And he had really long hair, and he loved his hair. Oh, gosh, you know. He spent more time in the bathroom doing his hair than I did. And he was very handsome, and all the girls loved him. I loved him, but as a sister. And I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I saw a picture of him yesterday, and he had lost his hair, and he had gained a couple pounds. And he was always that guy who kind of judged people on those things. He wasn't mean or anything, but it made a difference. And I had to laugh when I saw the picture of him. I'm like, look at you, Billy boy. You don't have any hair. And you're not, me and you, weight-wise, we're kind of the same now, aren't we? He used to love to, he and his wife, his first wife, who is a dear friend of mine, and my heart breaks for her, as well as his current wife. Since I was heavy, and when we'd all go to the parties, and we'd all go out, and we'd go partying, you know, the thin girls, they put on their long thigh-high boots, and, you know, they'd be all... Anybody my age knows what I'm talking about who's in the rock and world. I couldn't dress like that because it wasn't appropriate for a heavy body. And he and his first wife would go out of their way, because they lived with me. They would go out of their way to do my makeup and dress me so that I fit in, felt better about myself, and had a good time. He was doing something for me. He was always doing something for me just by being in my life. He's not in my life anymore. Be aware, people. That's all I'm going to say about this anymore. My friend is gone. There's lots of people gone. I know other people who are listening to this have had to have lost people. I don't see how. If you haven't, I'm so happy for you and their families. Another person in our group from then passed away 2 months ago, a woman. It's too much. It needs to stop. And I think if we are aware, like I'm asking, like I'm begging, we have a greater chance of it stopping. So that's it. I needed to get on here. I needed to say it. I hope somebody hears it. Kitty hears it, huh, Kitty dog? Yesterday was our anniversary. Steve forgot our anniversary, so I was kind of in a snit most of the day. I imagine that, Anita in a snit. That never happens. I get to wear a scarf today. I get to wear my Bill scarf. I don't even know why he bought this for me. I'm trying to remember. I mean, he wasn't that kind of guy. I bet it was for one of the outfits he was putting me in to go rock out. We had some good times, let me tell you. You know what? Let me go back and read and see if anybody's saying anything that I should be reading. Susan, I spoke to. Honey, Roberta. 21 in Ohio. I saw cat baby. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks, you guys. I'm sorry, Susan. You know what? I'm okay, and I appreciate your prayers. Pray for he has some, I guess he had some nieces that he was really close to. He couldn't have kids. That was another fun night at the hospital with him. Something happened, and then we found out he couldn't have kids. So he really doted on his nieces and nephews. So pray for them, pray for his brothers, pray for his wife, pray for his ex-wife. Let me go back. I scrolled. Sheila says Vask Tech. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Honey says, can I add that suicidal people very often look and sound better, happier, more together right before they take their lives? It is because the decision brings them peace. Okay, I have complete goosebumps, honey, because the things that you say, I don't know what you do for business. I know you're on the other side of the pond. I know that you make me laugh. But the things that come out of your mouth and on the keyboard are always so spot on. And I'm so happy to know you because that is so true and so important for people to know. Right. Thank you, honey. You know, just get rid of them. Why, yes, she's our DR. I'm missing something here. Did somebody say something mean, like, because I'm spouting off at the mouth and you guys are trying to protect me? I don't claim to be anybody's doctor. I'm trying to save some lives here. And if one person, one piddly little old lady who lives in Simi Valley, California and likes to get on the YouTube and talk can do that, or at least get the word out there, you bet your ass I'm going to do it. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. But if that's the worst thing that can happen in your life today, you're doing okay. Honey, we got to find somewhere where you can message me because I'm curious. I want to know. What else? Anything else interesting? Okay, so let's move on. Anything interesting with you guys? Anything good? Anything maybe not so good? Anything you just want to talk about? Because you need to talk like I needed to talk? I'm not going to get dressed today. I don't feel like it. But I look like I'm so presentable, don't I? Hey, Susan, if Kat accidentally dealt your comment, I can assure you it was purely on accident, and it's really easy to do because if you have that wrench and you click on the screen and you just hit one little spot, poof, it's gone. I know, I've done it. You want to see the funny part about this scarf? Okay, so I have this lovely scarf on. It just feels so good. But look at, guess who's on the shirt I'm wearing? Look at this, it's all fuzzy like in the old days. Isn't it just the cutest thing? My whole wardrobe revolves around the mouse. Who cares? Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. I know, it's nice, huh? It's just comfy. I think I may never take it off except to shower, which I do need to shower. Marilyn. Hi, Anita. Just joined. Not sure what's going on. Belated happy anniversary. Thank you, Marilyn. We went out. We had Mexican food. He brought me some beautiful flowers. I should have brought him over here to show you. Do you have your water? Everybody, do you have your water if you've gotten here late? If you've gotten here late, I have a friend who took his life yesterday. And my message here is that I would like everybody to keep an eye on everybody. that the pandemic is not over. The effects of it are not over. I've been doing pretty good with the us, haven't I? Hey, look at me go. I just need people to be aware of the people around them. I really do. Thank you, Brenda. I'm sorry to hear about my friend, too. He was a piece of work, and I loved him so much. I love really hard, in case you guys haven't noticed. Let's see. Just join. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that. Did I tell you guys we're going to go to Las Vegas in May and see Jim Gaffigan for my 60th? But oh my gosh, you guys, the hotels are so expensive at that time of year. Right now, they're like totally doable, but holy cow, Steve's gonna have to get a couple more jobs. Barbara, you're here. Oh my gosh, I was talking about you in my last live. Were your ears turning or burning? And I saw your beautiful display on Facebook at your, is it called a gallery, like an art gallery? Oh, such beautiful wares, my friend. You guys go over to Barbara Pask's station channel. Still got a little bit of this going on here. Don't worry, I'm okay. Ew, they were beautiful. I wish I could hang one of your pictures in every single one of my rooms. Carol, pandemic has changed the world. You were right, Anita. My friend and I were just saying the same thing. None of us really know what this has done to our mind and body. Thank you for this, Anita. Thank you, Carol, for thanking me, because you hit the nail on the head like Honey did earlier. You guys are all hit the honey on the head. Don't hit Honey on the head. I need her, okay? That was a slip of the tongue. I wish she could be sitting over here in my little sofa that apparently, because let's be honest here, after I got the phone call last night, I poured a heavy drink and apparently I ate a whole bunch of cashews because I got cashews all over my couch. Oh well, I got my good fats in. Thank you, Barbara. It's because I'm wearing my scarf. I'm pretending. I'm wearing it's really easy, you guys. Put a little lippy on, grab one, make sure you have earrings on, put a scarf or some kind of accoutrement or accessory on, and just fake it. It is lovely to see Barbara, isn't it? Hi, Jackie. Jackie, I've been on the YouTube community more than I was, and I am coming back. Thank you so much. That makes me feel good. I told Steve, we got to get rolling, do some cook with me's and different things. You know what? Did Brenda say she's not getting her notifications? I don't get my notifications for anybody that I watch. Come back in. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. I think it's a major glitch with YouTube. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Isn't this the cutest mug? I know I showed it to you guys, but I just have to show it to you again. I'm trying to think of things to talk about. If any of you guys can think of anything to talk about just for a few minutes, I would appreciate it, because Steve's not going to be home for a couple hours. I don't feel like sitting here by myself all so much. Okay, you got him, Suzanne. You got him. No notifications. Isn't that? Yes, Barbara. I decided this year. Thank you, Jackie. I decided this year that I'm not going to do the kitchen just because we're not having Steve and I were talking, and I talked about this in my last video too. Why are we going to go all out to decorate when he and I are the only ones that are going to see it? Like, for instance, that we do every year, you guys can't see it on the camera, but on the top and on the bottom, there's like a milla something up there where we can see the painting underneath it. So Steve was like, oh, I'm going to fix it. And I'm like, wait, time out here, brother. Time out. Why? We're the only ones that look at it every day. So we went minimal this year. This room is decorated, and I'm extremely happy with it. Oliver, every time he comes over, Nana, please do the kitchen. And I'm like, Oliver, babe, it's just, I'm not this year, okay? I've done it every year since you lived with me. This year, you live with your daddy. You have a whole new Christmas. You're still going to be here. And we still decorated this room. If we want to put some stuff, you know, run to the 99-cent store and decorate your bedroom, we can. But I just don't have the energy to do the kitchen this year. And I'm glad we did this room, because I'm never in the kitchen either. I'm not even in there to look at it. I'd have to, like, pull up a chair and just sit in there and enjoy it. That's just usually what I did. I don't know. So that's that. Okay. Well, I do have to find something for dinner. I don't know. Brenda says I put my 4-foot pink tree up this year. It looks nice and makes me feel better. Oh, I wish I could see it. That's one thing about YouTube. I wish I could see things. It's still fall, Barbara. You're good. Hi, Margot. I didn't see you come in. You didn't ring the doorbell. Sorry, it's the story, so sorry. Oh, thank you, honey. I think it needs to be talked about, don't you? I know you agree with me. I know out of everybody, whole entire world, that you agree with me. All of you guys agree with me. Just some of us are a little more vocal than others. See, Marianne has fall up too. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Christmas water tumbler. I didn't get a Christmas water tumbler, but I got this one, and I totally dig it. I love it. It's just like so beautiful. Give me florals. I wonder why. I never had florals in my first life. I know I say my first life, which can be confusing to some. Hello, Sparkly Susan. Thank you. That's quite the compliment. And that's all that's behind it, right? If you don't want to listen to what I have to say, not you, Sparkly Susan, but anybody out there in the big world who happens upon me on YouTube, don't listen. Move on. Do something else. I am hungry, though. I haven't eaten anything today. I'm under eating, you guys. I'm acutely under eating. It's like I wait until I'm so hungry, and then I'll have a yogurt. Put out 1 or 2 things a day. On YouTube, Sharon? Sandy sent you over to me. Sandy's always sending people over to me. I love it. I love it. She needs to stay motivated this week. She had a tough week. You know, and when she was building it up, I'm like, oh my God. Oh, is she going to stay like 18, 20 pounds? I was like bolting myself here watching her. And then it was, I mean, okay, yeah, it was high. Any of us who had that would have been the way she was, but it wasn't nearly as bad as she made it out to be. But do I have to get dressed, Sharon? Do you guys care if I get dressed for my cook with me? I like my pajama bottoms. I'm just at one with them. Isn't it, Kat? I think you should have one too. Cindy and I got these when she was here, and her main color of her florals were purple, because purple is her favorite color. At least I think it is. I buy her everything purple, so if it wasn't her favorite color, it is now. Thank you, honey. I'm comfortable, man. I'm so comfortable. My jammy bottoms are comfy. My top, you can't get comfier than these dudes. You just can't. But this would probably keep falling in whatever I make. So maybe I'll have to do something crock pot for like a 5-minute video. It is so lovely to see her, isn't it? It's like when she comes in, before she even says anything, we should know she's here, because her aura gets here before she does. Thank you, Susan. I know. I was saying in my last video that I need a 12-step program for tumblers. This one's got so many. This, though, is mine, and for anybody who has tumblers galore, like this chick, you can go on Amazon and buy these. Excuse me, and they have... Yeah, that's a good question, Barbara. Where is Lou? Lou, if you watch this later... Jimmy, oh, shoot. Okay, we got a message from Jimmy. He gave us a message. It was there. I have to go on Amazon and get the little plastic doohickeys that keep your earrings on because I already lost this one twice at dinner last night. A video on my tumblers, Suzanne? You know, I always forget that I don't have to be like overly entertaining or educational or helpful, that I can just sit. I'm writing it down right now. Tumblers. I'm going to make a list of things that you guys give me. Tumblers, and what's the other thing I collect in there? I love Amazon too. You need it, you got it. But yeah, I need those little plastic doohickeys, so because these my old holes, I told them my story about how my ears were pierced a million times, and sadly it's affected how my ears stay or leave. For those of you who didn't hear the story, the cliff note is I got my ear pierced when we lived in Hawaii by an old Hawaiian doctor who worked out of his office in his home, which was an old big, I do remember it was a big, beautiful plantation. And it was my mom, me, and my two sisters. And who got to go first? Who did my mom put in that chair first? Was it this sister? No, because she never had to. Was it that sister? No. Let's let Anita try it first, because he didn't have the gun like they do now. It was a needle with a string, and he stuck it in there and pulled the string through, tied a knot in it, and so then I had to continue to, I did that too, Barbara, but this was when I was a little girl, and we kept having to do the string. So the angle in which he did it and where he did it, this one especially, my earrings are always falling down. Why am I boring you people with this nonsense? An old Hawaiian doctor pierced my ears. Oh, but here's I can never say piece de resistance. Just did. Do you think that sister 1, sister 2, her mother went ahead and got their ears pierced? No. Just me. Life is good. My second holes, Barbara, I don't think I used a potato. I don't remember what I used. I think I probably used a joint and some alcohol. I have no recollection. I was a rather randy youth. I'm sorry. It's who I am. It's who I was. All right, so I'm going to write that down with the tumblers. I need to do some cooking. This water tastes so good. It's full of ice, lemon, and the water. Make it good, you guys. I know so many of you hate your water. Has anybody seen The Redheaded Nurse, by the way? Just make it taste good, refreshing. I had to be held down for the second ear. It jolly well was not painless like they said, so it's a bit wonky. I hear you. Mine are all wonky. Everything's wonky. That's why we get along so well. Cheers. I did take a short walk today. I did. I can totally cross my heart, hope to die. Nope, not yet, Susan. Not yet. I'll get there when I can get there, but no. Clothespins? I've never heard of clothespins. I think we might have used apples. We used apples for a lot of things. Not that I condone it, let you know, don't you know. But sometimes if you didn't have something that you needed for something, you had to use an apple, and it was very refreshing. We were talking about ear piercing, Barbara. So how would the clothespin work? I don't know how that would work. Can somebody explain it to me, please? Yes, Amy is back on WW the last. Yeah, I know, but she hasn't been online for like a couple weeks. Brenda, what did you use your apples for, might I ask? Did you cut them in half and make a little hole in them and then a little hole on this end? And then stick something in there and did you do that? My Bill who's gone, we did that. I pierced a friend's ear in high school with a safety pin and an orange. Ew, an orange. Margot. Barbara, are you catching what I'm throwing down? I think you are. It was what was funny about it too. The clothespins were used to numb the ears. So what, you'd sit around with clothespins on your ears for a certain while, and then when you couldn't feel anymore, somebody came at you with a needle? That sounds scary. I think I'd run. I once ran out of a doctor's office with a syringe hanging out of my butt. I didn't do well with shots. So there I was, wandering around with it dangling out of my butt. Somebody finally caught me from this side and shot it in and pulled it out from that side. Yeah, good old ice cubes I think would work better than a clothespin. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this. Yesterday I go out to get, yes, I told Instagram, I didn't tell you guys. Somebody broke into our mailboxes and 3 of my Christmas presents for Steve, I thought it was only 2, it was 3, were stolen. And here's the kicker. That's enough to piss you off when somebody... Why didn't somebody tell me this was up my nose? You guys have to bring these things to my attention. Oh, Susan, that's so nice to hear. Thank you. It's kind of like, you know what it is? What should we name it? It's grief laughter is what it is. It's grief laughter. What was saying? Oh, so anyways, one of the things that really pisses me off is that 2 of the items were personalized. So unless the people who stole my items know a guy named Steve that sits on the couch with a dog named Kitty, it's all going to end up in a dumpster. I'm so mad. Amy was live on November 26th. So yeah, that's what I said, 2 weeks, right? I don't know where she's been. I messaged her, but I haven't heard back from her. I just hope everything's okay and she's just taking a break. That's probably the case. She does that. She and I are like that. We don't. Neither of us, I don't think, have ever really been like on a schedule, as Maria would say. We either come in and never leave for months, every day, talking, or we just kind of pop in every now and then. There's the mailman. I should run out and get my mail before. The mail was stolen in broad daylight, you guys. All right. Everybody's splitting, so I must be boring you, so I'm going to go bore something else. I'm going to watch Below Deck. I'm going to drink my water. I need to find a piece of cheese or a yogurt or something to eat because I have not eaten today. But I needed to get that message out. Keep an eye on the people around you, whether they're your people or not your people, somebody else's people. And if it's somebody else's person, but you know that person, bring it to their attention so they can keep an eye on them. Because we can't lose any more people from this pandemic, be it at their own hand or the pandemic itself. You're right, Barbara, I am. Love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. If anybody wants to give me a thumbs up, look at honey. I love you guys. Hugs to you all. And I'll probably, what day is it today? If I don't see you before West Side Story, you can count on all fingers and toes that you'll see me afterwards. because we're going to give it a chance, people. I've already listened to the soundtrack a few times and laid on my bed and cried just because it captures my heart.